Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. You are watching YouTube channel of Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Qureshi, and I'm covering software design pattern course lecture number 8. Factory pattern is like the real factories, like we have manufacturing industry and we have factory of Almarai company for milk, for cream, for bread, for croissant, or for example Nestle company, for example Unilever company, for example Nadik, for example Al Nahdi. So there are different factories. We have Unilever or Toyota company factories for car manufacturing, Honda car manufacturing factories. So that's the concept taken from the manufacturing industry, where we have factories of different products. And this factory pattern belongs to creational pattern, in which we create objects without exposing the logic of the contents to the user. So it's for the user, it's abstracted, and we define interface or we define an abstract class. So we have two options: either we can use inheritance or we can use composition to use factory pattern. And it is also called as virtual constructor. That is intent of factory pattern. So it's like a class where we can create as many objects. Like for example, we have framework, we can have project 1, project 2, project 3, or like we have form 1, form 2, form 3. For example, doc, office, doc 1, doc 2, doc 3. So it's a factory. We are creating objects and we have interface to create new instances of that class. That is the concept of factory. So advantage of factory pattern, it allows the subclasses to choose the type of objects to create. So we have group of objects inside the factory. So for example, we can have Almarai factory, we can have bread, we can have fresh milk, we can have packed milk, we can have cream, we can have croissant, different type of objects. Like Toyota factory, we can have Corolla, Yaris, Camry, Prado, Land Cruiser, and so on. So it allows the subclasses to choose the type of object we want to create. So it promotes loose coupling. So we already covered the concept of coupling and cohesion in 251. Coupling means its dependency and cohesion means independency. And as a programmer, we always recommend to have loose coupling. So in order to have easy to reuse, easy to fix the bugs, easy to test. So there are different advantages of loose coupling. So the binding will be minimized with the parent class, and it allows the child classes to be free to promote their objects. Of course, they belong to the parent, but we can have interfaces to implement, or we can have abstract classes using the inheritance to extend them. Usage, so we have, in case of inheritance, the parent class knows what child classes are doing. So there is a control of the parent to the child. Versus composition, it allows the interfaces to implement, and in this way at runtime we can call any object as we want. So there is a liberty of calling the objects using the reference. So this is usage. So when a class doesn't want that subclasses will be required to create, so it's the parent class doesn't know which objects are created. Or we have when a class wants the subclasses to specify the objects to be created, and when the parent class choose the creation of objects to its subclasses. So there are different usage when parent class doesn't know, or when a parent class knows what objects are created, or when the parent class allows to select which objects you want to create from the child classes. So these are the three different type of usage for the factory. Then I'm going to discuss UML. We have first example of factory pattern. So we have a plan abstract class, and we are extending three concrete classes: domestic plan, commercial plan, and institutional plan. The plan abstract class, we have protected rate double, method get rate, and calculate bill, which are public. And then we have get rate in the domestic plan, get rate in the commercial plan, get rate in the institutional plan. And then we have a factory, get plan factory. So get plan is there to create the object of the domestic or the commercial or the institutional. And then we have the main class, which is the generate bill. So open your NetBeans. We are going to implement. So first we will create an abstract class named plan. So it's plan.java. So we have package factory demo and we have abstract class plan. As in the UML, we have protected double rate, and we have abstract method void get rate, public void calculate bill, int units, and system.out.print line units multiply by rate, end of the method, end of the class. Our concrete class is domestic plan.java, the first concrete class. So package is the same factory demo, public class domestic plan extends plan, and we have public void get rate as in the UML, and we have rate is equal to 3.5. We just define the rate, and end of get rate method, and end of domestic plan class. We move to commercial plan. So public class commercial plan extends plan, public void get rate, rate, and end of the method, end of the class. So we have again concrete class institution plan, extends plan, public void get rate, rate is equal to 5.5. So we have three concrete classes. Now we have get plan factory.java. So we have public class get plan factory, public class get plan factory, and use get plan method to get object of the type plan. So public plan, which is our method, get plan method from the plan object, string plan type. If plan type is equal to null, return null. If plan type dot equals ignore case domestic plan, return new domestic plan. Else if plan type dot equals ignore case commercial plan, then return new commercial plan. Else if plan type dot equals ignore case institutional plan, return new institutional plan, return null. In this way we can have more than one plans, we can have more than one concrete classes to create objects of the parent, which is the plan, the abstract class, and else return null. So that's the code. You close the method, you close the class. Now we have generate bill, the main. In the generate bill, so package factory demo, import java.io.static, class generate bill, and public static void main, string arguments, throws IO exception handling, get plan factory, then plan factory object of our factory, new get plan factory. So our object is plan factory of get plan factory, and system.out.print, enter the name of plan for which the bill will be generated. Buffer reader and buffer object to handle the input. New buffer reader, new input stream reader, system.in, string plan name is equal to buffer.read line, system.out.print, enter the number of units for which bill will be calculated, and system.out.print int units, integer.parse int, buffer.read line, plan object has p is equal to plan factory dot get plan method, plan name. We pass it system.out.print the bill amount, the concatenation plan name, then the string, then concatenation the variable units, and plus again string. P.getRate, P.calculate bill units we pass, and then close the method and close the class. That is your generate bill.java. You input domestic plan or commercial or institutional. Yes, it will ask you the input. Enter the name of plan, the three options. Let me show you the output. For example, enter the name of plan for which the bill will be generated. So I entered domestic plan or commercial or institutional. Then enter the number of units for which bill will be calculated. For example, 200. So bill amount for domestic plan of 200 unit is 700 Saudi Riyal. So in this way you will do it for commercial or you do it for institutional. Thank you very much. Love you. Take care. Stay blessed, healthy and happy. Assalamu alaikum.